Hello viewers, this is Deji Ambali from Positive Duo. What we're going to be talking about today is stop, don't cheat. What are the reasons why people end up cheating on their spouse? Those are the things that we're going to be talking about today. So I'm going to ask Bam Bam, my wife, to start with the topic. Because I know she's got a lot to say about
I'm actually like buzzing to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
And the reason it's because we went to an event, we went to a party a few months ago, and an event happened at the party. An event took place which made us feel very uncomfortable, and so since then we've been researching into the reasons why people cheat. What's the motive, what's the reason behind this, and what we found out is that before someone becomes unfaithful in their marriage or in their relationship, resentment builds up first, so they become resentful towards the other person. So it may start from an issue that was unresolved, or it might be from what the other person did not do or what they did. So it's always something. So resentment, they start being very resentful towards the other person, and then they try to justify the reason why they are being unfaithful to the other person. There's always a justification. Everyone will give a justification as to why they're now having feelings for another person outside of marriage. And the event that actually took place was we went to a party of an older friend of ours, and so at the party, this person, the guy's wife, was on the dance floor. So the wife and her family, her friends were on the dance floor. They were dancing. Their husband was there as well. We were all having a great time. And then guess who showed up? The mistress, the husband's mistress, showed up. And how we knew it was the mistress was because we were already talking to the man about the whole affair issue going on, and we were already talking about how he was going to get out of it and just get back to being the loving husband that he is. So that was how we knew who the mistress was. So the mistress just hit the dance floor with her friends, her crew, and they were just digging it out, and it just became very uncomfortable for the wife. So the wife eventually had to leave the dance floor because she felt really uncomfortable. And I personally, I felt for the wife. I felt for them. And I remember thinking, we got in the car and I was asking my husband, I said, why do men do these things? Why do men? And my husband made me realize that some women cheat as well. It's not just the man. So we now have to talk about the reason why people do these things that they do. At the same time, talk about the implication as well. Talk about the implication. I personally think that when a man goes outside and he's been unfaithful to his wife, the other person may say to you, your wife will be there, your wife is at home, I'm not going to bother your wife, I'm not going to say anything, your secret is my secret, I'll keep it very quiet, is a lie. Because most people, they want to kiss and tell. Most people, when a man or a woman is being unfaithful, whatever they've done with the other person, they will be eager, their body will be itching them to let the other person know that you're doing that, I'm doing it as well. So they'll be looking at the other person like, we are eating from the same bowl, we're chopping the same.
Yeah, eating the same food.
We're eating the same food. And people have a way of disrespecting the other person, the person who is the wife or the husband. Like the example that I just started, that was a very disrespectful situation. Even though they set out saying that, I'll keep it zip, nobody will know. That's not always the case. It ends up coming out. We see these things happen, and so yeah, they violate the contract. So why go through the heartache? Why go through all the hassle and then breaking the other person's heart and breaking the trust that you both share?
If we have to be talking about the reasons why people cheat, we've got like 1 million reasons.
Oh yeah.
So and what I'm just gonna say is that we all know that there's no justification for cheating, and obviously in the sight of God, it's not something that we should be doing. Another thing is that if there are some things that you need to talk about to your wife or to your husband that you think that you're not happy with, I mean, it's better for you to sit down, talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
this is how I'm feeling, or this is what you are doing that I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
Instead of, ending up cheating on your spouse. There will be some occasions that, maybe you're going through some stuff, misunderstanding or something like that. And that's when that guy called the devil would want to come and give you some kind of like thought.
And think, oh, look at that lady.
That's the thing.
She just spoke to you in a nicer way than your
way,
wife.
Yeah,
or
so
that guy
she
just
respects
gives
you a
you
lot. So why
attention
not?
more than your husband.
And before you know,
Yeah.
you're gonna start giving her the attention as well. Before you know, she's gonna end up becoming your mistress, and that's how it works. And once you start, it's just like you planting a seed. You just have to continue, and for you to come out of it, it's gonna be difficult.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like you're trying to kind of like build a house, and you walk away from the building for like maybe 6 months. For you to come back to that building is going to take a while. And you don't know, maybe some weeds they've been going up in that building
definitely be.
because you didn't complete it, just left it the way it is. So that's just like an illustration.
Everything.
That's the thing, so you just have to, whatever you might be going through as couple, just sit down, talk to each other. That this is, even if you are not really enjoying, the sexual intimacy, it's something that you can still
improve on, and you can improve on anything.
You can improve on it. That this is the way that instead
yeah.
of you going out there to go and look for what is not lost in the first place. Whatever you might be going through in life, cheating is not the answer. You can't really justify it. Whatever you can't really justify, there's no point doing it. So I'd rather sit down with my wife, and there will be some occasions, as even men. You're getting tempted, maybe by, look at this bit. But you all know that at the end of the day, you just have to discipline yourself in such a way that it's not good in the sight of God. It's not even you, because when you think about your maker, that is something that you should not be doing. But if you are thinking about yourself, you handle. I always tell my wife that, thanks will be for not. I said it's not me, because left to me, let me tell you something. That's the fact. Left to me, I will cheat. And that's the fact. But when you're thinking about God, your maker, you're not thinking about your flesh. You will end up not cheating because it displeases God.
But yes.
So I'm not going to be bragging and be saying it's me. It's not me. And likewise my wife as well.
Yes.
It's just God.
It's true.
So
it's God.
when you're thinking about your maker as your number one in your relationship, the last thing you want to think about is cheating. So, and I'm just praying that for every marriage out there, that God will give us the strength to remain loyal.
Amen.
Like the way God wants us men to remain to our wives, and the way God wants wives to remain to the husbands as well, to their men. So I just pray that God will give us the strength to be able to keep to His word and not to kind of like get tempted into sin.
Amen. Till next time.
Thanks
God
for
bless
watching. God bless.